Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. I'm talking to you tonight from the AARP, and we're talking about love in a time of swindlers. Love in a time of swindlers. And that is one part of it, but this is what we're talking about. Listen, too good to be true. Too good to be true. Too good to be true. I tell you, I love my AARP magazine because it speaks to me. And so, too good to be true. Have you ever met someone who seemed almost too good to be true? I mean, we all have. We've been out here long enough. I'm talking to people of a certain age. If you're 45, 55, 65, or 75, you have met somebody that's too good to be true. Charming, attentive, well-dressed, age-appropriate, and apparently interested in everything you have to say. Now, it's hard not to want to deal with that. This is some pretty stuff I have on today. Let me just hold it up like that. Anyway, it's hard. I mean, we're talking about well-dressed, age-appropriate, everything, and he's interested in everything you have to say, or she's interested in everything you have to say. Well, sometimes too good to be true is simply an expression, but sometimes it is a warning. Apparently so, because they took a whole magazine and made it a part of the AARP, made it a part of the feature magazine for this month, the feature story for this month, too good to be true. I was like, what? What is happening? I've had this conversation with you all. What are y'all doing? I've had this conversation about swindling. They've had it on TV. You're not paying any mind. I'm going to do it again. So this is in the August-September 2026 issue of the AARP magazine. And the two articles are Love in a Time of Swindlers, Love in a Time of Swindlers, and Too Good to Be True. An article about Too Good to Be True is by Lauren Markham, Markham. I'll put it in the notes. Now, when we hear the words romance scam, many of us picture a mysterious stranger hiding behind a computer screen. No, baby, they're not hiding behind a computer screen anymore. We imagine stolen photographs, fake names, and messages from somebody claiming to be a military officer, an international businessman, a doctor, that's the main one, working overseas, and perhaps a widower raising a child alone. That's the best scam. But this story was different. This man was not hiding thousands of miles away. He showed up in person. Baby, it's a new day out here. He showed up in person. He was described as handsome. He had white hair. He looked mature. He appeared respectable. He knew how to make older women feel seen, appreciated, and desirable. Now, it's nothing like an older woman feeling seen. That's why I suffer from some of that. Feeling desirable. I suffer from some of that. Feeling appreciated. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I want to feel all that too. I want to feel that, but you got to put it up here. You're waiting for somebody out there to give it to you. That's what the problem is right here. Friends, let's talk about this, because romance scams are not only about money, they're about loneliness. If you're lonely, I could tell you some stories of how loneliness will just get you somebody just to be next to you, and it doesn't mean anything. So it's not only about money. There are these stories about loneliness, and these stories about trust, and these stories are about hope. And they are about what can happen when someone studies the human heart, not to love it, but to exploit it. See, there are people who study the human heart. They are people who know us well. Older women, they watch you go to the store. They see you in the store by yourself, looking good, smelling good, feeling good. Because, I put my clothes on when I go out. Baby, this look gorgeous on me today. You should see it. But let me tell you something. They are not about what can happen when somebody studies the human heart. They're about how they can exploit the human heart. That's what that's all about. You have to be careful. where you put, they see that heart from across the room. They see it at the church. They see it a lot of places. People are paying attention when you don't know they're paying attention. Love does not retire. We know that. First, let's get one thing straight. Wanting companionship at 45, 55, 65, 70, 80, or beyond does not make you desperate. People think you're desperate because you want some companionship. And don't say companionship with your children. And you 60 years old, ooh. Keep that word out of your mouth because they think you crazy. You're not supposed to want anybody. You ought to be all right sitting in your room looking out the window. Ooh, are you sick? I can't wait till they get that age, but we'll be passed on. But you just want to think you can't wait till they get that age. So you can say, oh, you want to sit in the window and look out the window? You want to sit in your room and look out the window? I guess you just done died on the inside. I don't think so. But you can't tell them anything, so you just don't say the word. But it's human. We are human. Human. I'm trying to get point people to understand that word. Love does not retire because you receive a Social Security check. So, oh, you're getting a Social Security check. So, I mean, yeah, that's all you need. Just get you a little money, go to the store, go to the dollar store, go eat out with your friends. That's it. You don't want companionship? People are lying, but they have just given up because they don't want to hear the children's mouths. They don't want to hear the church people gossip. And so they just go on and say, well, I'm fine. I don't need nobody. And just go on with life and find other things to think about. But people get them by themselves and ask them to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Baby, they give you an earful. Do I have a witness out there? I know it's a witness out there. Anyway, so you may want someone to ask you, how was your day? Hell yeah. You want somebody, how you doing? Girl, how you doing today? Girl, I like what you got on today. Girl, you smell good. You just smell delicious. You don't think that's not a bad compliment? That's a good compliment. But you have to tell yourself, I smell delicious. You have to tell yourself you look good. You have to tell yourself, let me get on with this look I have today, and then just enjoy it and share it with your public. However you have to do it. If that's what you want to do, then you have to do that, because if you don't have the person, this is how you get in trouble if you need it that badly. You may want someone to hold your hand, share a meal, watch a movie, or sit beside you in church. It'd be nice to have somebody sit next to you in church, just sitting there. I watched a couple sometimes and just have him sitting there. Sometimes he'll touch her knee or put his arm around her shoulder or lean in and speak to her. You remember that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having that feeling and wanting it. It's just we make something out of it, and that's how we get in trouble. There's nothing shameful about it, and that's why we must be very careful not to ridicule people who are deceived by romance scammers, because they want that. They want that somebody. And romance scammers know the look in your eyes, and they know how to cruise up on you, looking good, feeling good, smelling good, and age appropriate. And you won't even know what happened to you. And somebody said, oh, I would have known. All of y'all not experts, you wouldn't have known a freaking thing. I mean, so when they start talking about money, maybe you wouldn't know, with all that leading up to it, because baby, a scammer got time. He or she has time to get to the heart. Y'all watching Beyond the Gates? How long that story been going on? I'm sorry. Anyway, I would have never done that. You quick to say what you never would have done. Yes, you would. How could you believe him or her? Because your heart is in it. And how could you send that money? Easily. Okay? But until you have walked in an empty house, until you have lost a spouse. When you have lost a spouse, you lost your best friend. Sometimes you're just wide open. You're just wide open. And until the children are busy on their own lives, or then they got back in your lives, until you have gone days without anyone asking you how you really feel. There are days when you want somebody to ask you how you really feel, and you want somebody to nudge up against you, give you a kiss on the cheek. Baby, how you doing? A kiss on the forehead. Or just say, I like that hair today. What you doing, girl? Some little something. We still human, but folks won't let us be human. They want us to be robots especially at 84. Oh my God, don't let me start talking. I could tell you some stories. People start rolling their eyes and acting all sideways, like, ooh. I can't wait till people get 84. I can't wait till some of these people looking sideways get to the age. Oh Lord, anyway, be careful about judging a person who welcomed companionship when it appeared at the door. A companionship will appear at the door, and you don't know that it's not good. It appears at your door, you right there, I mean, it has all the markings of it's okay, and sometimes it's sitting up in the church. And the deacon already told you that's one of his. He knew him from somewhere back in the day. He may not know he's changed, but he know him from back in the day. Or y'all remember him from kindergarten, or you remember him from third grade. Or he used to be that's Miss So-and-so's grandson. As soon as he gets some kind of validity about him, then ooh, baby. Ooh, a person can be intelligent and lonely at the same time. Do y'all know that? You can be intelligent and lonely at the same time. A person can be wise and still want to believe someone loves them. We know the person loves them. We know they love 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 them. But the shame belongs to the person who weaponized that longing, not to the person who longed to be loved. A person who weaponized, the person longed to be loved, and they weaponized it. They scammed them. Scammers do not always look like scammers, because what does a scammer look like? Second, we must let go of the idea that danger always arrives looking dangerous. Oh, I'm in a nice neighborhood. Nothing's going to happen. You don't know what's going on in that neighborhood. I'm walking down a nice street. I got on nice clothes. He had on nice clothes. We're in a nice restaurant. Baby, anything can break out anywhere with anybody. You don't know. A scammer does not necessarily arrive wearing the sign say, I'm a scammer. I'm about to steal your money. The scammer arrives smelling good. The shirt be all open. You know. Sometimes danger has beautiful teeth. Have you seen them with the pretty teeth? I mean, I just want me some teeth. Where you just smile and all the teeth go bling. Ooh-wee. You just want to lick the teeth. All right? Sometimes it wears an expensive jacket. You know how you put your hand on a jacket and can't get your hand off of it because the cloth is so. See, let me tell you something, people. Fabric makes a difference. When you've got somebody that knows how to buy their clothes by the fabric and not by the price, but by the fabric. Sometimes it knows how to open the car door. Oh, baby, that's all right. Let me get the car door for you. When the last time you hadn't been able to open the car door? I've been opening my car door for the last 40 years. I don't know about you. Every now and then somebody will open the car door, but I like to have somebody open my car door and make sure that I never have to open it. All right. Anyway, sometimes he remembers your birthday. Now you know. Ooh, he sent me some flowers. Ooh, he called me on my birthday. You know how important it is to have a birthday? You're going around the sun, and you get that unusual call and that purring. Baby. And sometimes he says grace before dinner. It says grace before dinner. Oh, he prays, baby. He loves the Lord. Now, you know, black women, if he loves the Lord, we are gone. He said Jesus 2 or 3 times over. And people know that. And so they go into loving the Lord. Charm is not character. Attention is not character. Chemistry is not character. And somebody's saying, I have never felt this way before. After knowing you 10 days, it's certainly not proof of character. I'm talking about 10 days, 5 days. I don't know. A manipulator may try to create an intense emotional bond very quickly. It happens. You get emotionally involved. It's called love bombing. I didn't know it had a name. Love bombing. The compliments pour in. The future is planned before the present. It has time to introduce itself. Let me say it again. The future is planned before the present has had time to introduce itself. The future is planned before the present it has time to introduce itself. Oh my goodness, we should live together. Baby, no. No, N-O, no. No. I got a friend that does that so well. No. No, live together. I have waited my whole life for you. Well, and you may be thinking, well, thank you, Jesus. I knew you had not forgotten me. Jesus, don't be putting all that on Jesus. Jesus, I ain't have nothing to do with that. And it's bad when you find out the hard way that Jesus didn't have anything to do with none of that. You did that. But friends, even answered prayers desire and deserve careful examination. Did Jesus really send him to you? Did Jesus really send him to you? God gave us hearts, but he also gave us discernment. When love begins to isolate you, that's when you know. The AARP editorial described one woman whose new companion seemed fun, affectionate, and age appropriate. He was even willing to meet her in person and eventually move into her home. But then the red flags began to appear. He became controlling. All that's in here. His temper became unpredictable. It's all in here. He accused her concerned children of having bad intentions. And finally, he presented a legal document that could have given him access to her accounts. That is when she realized this was not romance, it was manipulation. It was not romance, it was manipulation. And I hope that you have never been in a situation where you have been manipulated. Because once you come out of it, you think, oh my God, you just think, I'm going to do 40 years by myself. And notice the progression. First, he captured her heart. Then he weakened her other relationships. Then he moved towards her money. A controlling person may say, your children are just jealous of you. Your friends don't really want you to be happy. Why do you tell your family everything? You're a grown woman. You don't need their permission. Ooh, watch for what I said. Listen to what I said. Listen to our friend. Your children are jealous of you. Red flag 1. Your friends don't want you to be happy. Red flag 2. Why do you tell your family everything? Red flag 3. You're a grown woman. You don't need their permission. Red flag 4. Have you heard all this before? Now, if it's true that families can sometimes be overprotective, we know that. And adult children can have opinions about everything. Yes, they do. But when a new romantic partner tries to separate you from everyone who has known and loved you for years, pay attention. A new romantic partner. Healthy love does not fear reasonable questions. See, when you healthy love, healthy loves come to the house. Healthy love gets involved. Healthy loves make sure they know everything you need, your family, who everybody else. Healthy loves will take you, travel with you. That's healthy love. It's that unhealthy love that ain't about nothing. Healthy love does not make you choose between affection and your family. No, it does not. And healthy love does not need to isolate you in order to survive. A person who truly loves you will understand when you say, I do not make major financial decisions without speaking to my attorney, my financial advisor, or my trusted family member, or to my daughter. I'm not going to talk to you about no money. Let's not talk to her. We all going to sit down together. Oh, okay. If that statement makes someone angry, then let them be angry, because, baby, that ain't the one. Your heart may be open, but your account should not be. You open your heart, but not your pocketbook. And when it's time to open the pocketbook, you need to buy out of that. Get out of it. Run from it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a no, don't co-op. Don't do nothing. Don't co-sign. None of that. Don't share no password. Don't say, I'm just trying to help you with your finances. Well, how are you going to help me with the finances? What? You're going to help me with the finances. You must be cash apping me or zelling me. I'm not zelling you or cash apping you, but you making sure all my stuff is tight. Oh, that's a different conversation. When you start talking about let me get into the account. Please do not sign a document supplied simply because the person tells you it's just a formality. Baby, a formality will get you a foreclosure. Foreclosure. Formality, take your home. Formality, take your savings. Formality, have you changed your will? Formality, power of attorney over your health. Formality, your property. Formality, your property, and your future. Get out of that formality BS. You know? Anyway, if it's truly innocent, it can't wait until your lawyer reads it. Then it's okay. Let me see this. Let my lawyer read it first. Oh, my lawyer can't read it? Boo. That's number 5, red flag. Real love can survive verification. It can. Real love. Real love can survive a background check. I had a friend used to say when Alvin was going to go out and date, she's going to make sure she knew the name. and do a background check on them. I used to laugh at her all the time. But she got a good point. Background check. Real love can survive people asking questions. Okay, my daughter said, well, what about A, B, and C to the person? And then the person was like, well, who told you? This my daughter, and this you. We need to have this conversation. You can't have a conversation. Then we can have a conversation. We done. Real love can survive separate bank accounts. Absolutely. Real love can survive the word no. No. Okay, no. Okay, no. A scam person cannot. Do not let embarrassment finish the crime. So you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed. Okay, you're going to continue with it? You need to stop and say, I'm embarrassed. I'm going to tell somebody. Tell your trusted person and let that person help you. There's a number you can call, the AARP fraud line, 877-908-3360. I'm going to put it in here. 877-908-3360 is a fraud line. Because there are people who, they believe they're in love, they're not in love, they figured out. I'm going to put this in my, today I'll put it in. Anyway, you're going to start a new relationship, but protect the enemy of romance. Because romance is supposed to be a good thing, but you want a healthy romance. You want something healthy. Loneliness should not make you an easy prey. You know, just stop and think about what you're doing out here. Stop and think, is it love or a setup? You know, is it love or a setup? Stop and think about it. Romance scams do not always begin online. Scammers can always look suspicious, but you can love, you could, there's no, you can't, you can look at the suspicious stuff online, but sometimes they come, like I said, everything is on point, but you got to pay attention. You know, let me make sure you understand. One red flag that people should never ignore. Let's help other people out. Put in the comments, what's the red flag? You know, you're never too old to fall in love, but you also never too much in love that you can't protect yourself. You need to protect yourself however best you can. Do the best you can, protect yourself. Ask God to be with you, stay with you, be a part of your life. You know, and we hear the warnings sometimes, but we don't heed them. We hear them, but we don't heed them. I know. I didn't make 84 without knowing most of what I talk about on this show. And I do this because I want you to not have to go through some of the things I've been through, or some of the things that happened to these people in the AARP book. I want you to have your money, enjoy yourself, because I need you to watch A Slice of Life and be happy when you're looking at me. Yes, I love you. I do. And there's nothing you can do about it.